Good afternoon, Stampers. This is Sissy with stampinwithsissy.net. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I wanted to show you how to make this gorgeous happy birthday card using Stampin' Up's new Country Home stamp set with the beautiful milk can and pitcher, and the two floral sprays that come along with it are absolutely gorgeous, and also with the birthday banners stamp set. Isn't that gorgeous? I love banners. I don't know what it is. I just think they're gorgeous. I had a hard time trying to decide how to color this. I am not a color, and I am definitely not a shader. So I got on Pinterest, my favorite go-to inspiration, and Sue Prather had posted this beautiful card using the green and the rich raspberry, and so I'm going to show you how I colored it and put it together. I've already stamped the image on Whisper White cardstock. For this project today, we're going to use Stampin' Up's Stampin' Blends. These are alcohol-based markers, and so they really have a smooth, they go on smoothly, and they blend really well. Their Stampin' Right markers are a water-based marker, and when you're filling in a large area like this picture, it kind of gets streaks in it because it doesn't blend as well because it's water-based. So I do not have a rich raspberry Stampin' Blend marker, and so we're going to be using the Stampin' Right marker today. It doesn't blend quite as well, so you don't get as nice a finish as you could use with Stampin' Blends, but I still think it's pretty. So I want to begin with the light Night of Navy, and I'm going to do the picture with that. Just kind of go down. These markers have two ends. They have a painting end and they have a finer tip end. And I'm going to use the finer tip end to do these smaller places. Hopefully I won't go out of line because that's, my granddaughter is always scolding me. Grandma, went out of line again. All right. When I'm using the Stampin' Blends, I color in the whole base with the lighter color, and then I go in and do the shading with the darker color. I'm going to use the painting end for this one. I'm going to just color in the sides, leaving the lighter Night of Navy showing through in the middle to give it an appearance of some shading there. I'm trying really hard not to go out of line. Smooth out the top area here and the bottom area here. And then I'm going to do the cattails by starting out with a light crumb cake, covering the whole area here. And then the dark using the finer tip. You can tell the difference by just looking at the pictures here if you want to take the time. Then I'm going to take my I'm going to take my light old olive with the fine tip and go over these leaves. Okay, don't judge me because I used to hate to color because I know I'm a terrible colorer. I don't know how to shade and I don't know how to do all the fancy coloring things. And so coloring has always intimidated me. And since I have been with Stampin' Up! And playing with these markers and all these beautiful stamps, I realized that it doesn't really matter how well you color, just have fun with it, and it really does, almost always, turn out really pretty. So play with it. let your hair down and just enjoy it, and you will see how very simple it is. Now I'm going to use the paint end, and I'm going to cover the entire, all the leaves and the artichoke with the light Old Olive. And with the dark Old Olive and the pen and the finer point here, I'm going to come in and do the bottom of the artichoke, kind of set it apart. In fact, I'm going to go over the artichoke with the light Old Olive just to make it a little bit darker than the other. So you can use the same one over and over again, and it'll keep adding color every time you add it. Let's see, I want the fine point to get the berries. Oh, hiding berries. And then the tip of the artichoke, all the highlight all the tips of the artichokes in the middle of the leaves, just in little wisps. Isn't that rich raspberry beautiful with the Old Olive? I'm going to go over this rich raspberry, blending it just a little bit more with the light Old Olive. I think that's a leaf there. So simple. Okay, now I'm going to use my layering oval Thinlit, and I'm going to try to get this centered as best I can. A friend turned me onto this fabulous Scotch removable tape, and it is so great. It's the only tape that I have found that does not rip the paper or tear it, or make the ink come off when I'm putting it through the Big Shot. I've already adhered my Mossy Meadow Green to my Whisper White cardstock, and then also the Country Lane Designer Series paper. This is absolutely gorgeous. This set of papers is to die for. You're going to love it. Now I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue to adhere my beautiful floral to the crumb cake oval here that I've already cut out. See how beautifully that layers? And then I've already tied a bow out of the rich raspberry ribbon that I'm afraid is retired, darn it. And while that dries, I want to show you how easy the Stamparatus makes it to make this adorable banner. So you notice that the Stamparatus has two different plates on it, and I have the foam pad in here because I'm using the photopolymer stamps. I always put an ink pad or a stamp set under my Stamparatus because it just kind of evens out the plate so that I don't get ink all over everywhere. And I'm using crumb cake ink. And just applying pressure. Hopefully I don't get ink from, you can see where the ink is in the middle there. And this end didn't come out very well, but because I'm using my Stamparatus, it's no big deal. I just ink it up again. Press down again. Put a little more pressure there. Nope, we gotta go again. I think my magnet's in the way. By the way, you want to be careful with these magnets. I've broken like 5 of them. If you get them too close together, they will snap together and break. There, that's better. One of the things that makes this super cool is if you have a big family like I do, or if you're really popular and have a ton of friends, you can go through and put more paper in here and just keep stamping your little heart out. And then I'm going to take my sentiment and I'm going to kind of stick it on here because they're not really curved. That way you can use them for a lot of different things. But I'm going to press down to make them kind of curve. And then, sweetest of the sweet, just curve it just a little bit there. Go like this. These rich colors really make a mess. And you want to clean them up quickly because they do kind of stain your Stamparatus. I'm going to give that one more run through. I like my sentiments to be very bold. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, let me show you how cool it is that the bunches of banners have all of these thinlits here, and this matches this perfectly. Well, let's move the magnet. And this is a perfect match for this. So, I'm just going to run it through my Big Shot. So to put this together, I just add these. Oh look, I used the back of something that I've used before. Don't throw your scraps away, they'll come in handy someday. You learn to be very creative when you're a sloppy colorer. Let's see, I think I might want one here. There. No one will ever know that I colored out of the lines. Well, except you. And there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? And so simple to do, really. We colored that in only minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you give this a try. It really is a lot of fun to make. For dimensions and supplies on this card, you can go to my website at www.stampinwithsissy.net, and all the information you need to make this gorgeous card is there. Thanks for watching me. I'll see you again soon. Bye now.